Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and another month is in the books, so here's everything I picked up on Blu-ray and 4K for June 2021. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, it's a brand new month, so time to go over everything I picked up on Blu-ray and 4K for June 2021. There were quite a few new releases this particular month, and we always like that as collectors. And I did manage to pick up a few things that were previously released on Blu-ray and 4K. So let's not waste any time. Let's start with Blu-ray. This first movie I caught on Amazon Prime, and I really liked it. I knew about it. Actually, it was on my watch list for a while. And it stars Daniel Radcliffe. And I really enjoyed this one, so much so that I immediately ordered the Blu-ray, and that is Guns Akimbo. Really, like, it has a great stylistic action vibe to it. It's basically a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and at the end of the day, that's important for us movie watchers. So I would recommend this highly. It's got a lot of action. Samara Weaving's in it. She's unrecognizable. In fact, I didn't even know it was her until the end credits. But yeah, this one it's a lot of fun, it's enjoyable, and you can't go wrong. Just check it out. Even if you don't buy it on Blu-ray, check it out. I think it is still on Amazon Prime right now to stream. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend this one. This one was my only 3D pickup this particular month, and it was a new release, and that is Godzilla vs. Kong on 3D Blu-ray. I did a review for this on the channel. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie for what it is. It's giant action monster movies. You know, if you're a fan of the channel, you know that's something I really enjoy. And this one didn't disappoint. Is the story great? No, but at the end of the day, none of these really are. It's just you go in for the monster fights. It didn't disappoint. And the 3D effects, I think, are really good. It does rely on a lot of depth and less on pop-outs. So if you're a fan of pop-outs, you might be a bit disappointed. But if you like a good layering, I think this one will absolutely satisfy that. I highly recommend this if you are still a 3D Blu-ray collector. Also, this one I was very surprised was finally coming as a physical Blu-ray release. It was the first time as a single release. I think it was part of a double feature for a while. And I also feel it's one of the more underrated John Hughes films, and that is Some Kind of Wonderful. I really like the steelbook casing for this one. I think it's really awesome. And, you know, when it comes to John Hughes, we always think of, you know, Pretty in Pink, you know, Ferris Bueller and so forth and so on. But I think this one also gets, like, it really should be lumped in there with the top tier. I think it's got great dialogue, characters, Eric Stoltz, Leah Thompson. I mean, really, this is a good Hughes film. I think it holds up extremely well, and I'm very happy to actually have a physical copy of this one in my hands, so check that out. And the steelbook is not exclusive to Best Buy. You can't pick that one up anywhere. Got a couple of Liam Neeson features on Blu-ray. There was a Amazon sale just about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and I got these for about $10 a piece. The first one is The Marksman. I haven't seen this one yet. This has been on my watch list, so I'm glad I got it. Like I said, 10 bucks, you can't beat it. It came with a slipcover. So I'll let you know my thoughts when I do actually watch it. If you're following me on Letterboxd, I'll go ahead and put something there about it when it does appear. This one I did see actually before, and that is Honest Thief. You know, it's Liam Neeson doing his Liam Neeson stuff, but something about the story I really liked. I really liked the cast of characters surrounding him. You know, the story's basic. It's really just kind of, it's pretty much tells you what you need to know in the title. It doesn't go further than that. So for me, it was very enjoyable. It's worth owning on Blu-ray. I'm glad I have a physical copy of this one. And, you know, for 10 bucks, you can't go wrong here either. This one has been on my want list for a while. I don't know why. It's just, if you look at my Amazon wish list, it's huge. It's got like over 100 titles on there as of last count. And it's just something that, I don't know, it's just been sitting on that list for a while. I really wanted to get this one, and finally it's just one of those where I was having a discussion with a friend, and we were talking about the influences of a certain movie or show, and this one came up, and of course, usually when you talk about it, it kind of renews your interest, so I got a good price on it, and that is the original The Haunting. If you are a fan of great atmospheric ghost stories, you know, check this one out. Hopefully one day they'll do like a special edition of this, or maybe, God willing, even a 4K edition. I would absolutely pick this one up again, but for now, a Blu-ray edition of this, I cannot wait to watch this one. Again, it's been way too long, but yeah, check out The Haunting. I highly recommend it. Okay, diving into the 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays, there were quite a few, and one of the pickups I did get was a new release, and that is Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. I really enjoyed this one. This was a blind buy, but I trusted the filmmakers, and of course, I'm a Bob Odenkirk fan, so I was very glad. It's very enjoyable. I've heard it compared to John Wick, and that's a bit fair from time to time. You know, it does kind of veer into that territory, but think of it more as a grounded John Wick, if that makes any sense. And I enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's pretty much, you know, the advertisement is in the cover art. That's what you get. Yeah, I highly recommend this one. I did a review for the channel on the 4K, so check that one out. But yeah, Nobody, if you want a good action flick, definitely check this one out for yourself. This one was a classic movie. Before it came out on 4K, I hadn't seen it in years. In fact, this is one of the movies that my dad liked to watch, you know, when I was younger. So I remember it from that, but I don't remember seeing this as an adult, if that makes any sense. It's just my first time just watching it as like a grown-up. And, you know, hey, Smokey and the Bandit, starring Burt Reynolds and Sally Field and Jackie Gleason. This is awesome. This was a great 4K presentation. I think the film really still, you know, it just holds up extremely well, and it's a lot of fun. It is fun. You know, if you've never seen Smokey and the Bandit, even if you aren't a Burt Reynolds fan, but I can't imagine who isn't, but yeah, I would highly, highly recommend this one, and the 4K is really, really well done. I also did a review for the channel if you want to check that one out. This one was a big release for a lot of us on 4K. We were anticipating this for quite a while, and it's finally here. That is the Indiana Jones collection on 4K. This is the Steelbook edition. I did a review of this entire set on the channel, so check that out. But Indiana Jones, what can I say? It's got fantastic 4K picture, and the Dolby Atmos is really, really a great addition. If you know what I'm talking about, Indiana Jones is essential, like, to have in your physical media collection, and a 4K edition is here finally. Just go get this one. I can't speak highly enough of it. It is absolutely worth the pickup. Also, another one I just talked about, the 3D edition, that is Godzilla vs. Kong on 4K in the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. The Steelbook is and was hard to get. For some reason, they were just a little bit short-handed on physical copies of this one. But yeah, the Steelbook edition I really like. It goes with the other Steelbooks in my collection. And I think the 4K, the HDR, and Atmos are just perfect. I think this is probably one of the only A+ titles I gave in my review for like audio and picture. This is reference quality. If you're a fan of giant monster movies and or Godzilla vs. Kong, do yourself a favor, get this on 4K. You can't pass this one up. It really is fantastic, and it is reference quality across the board. Also, this month is from Sony Pictures, and that is In the Line of Fire, starring Clint Eastwood, directed by Wolfgang Peterson, and they did a fantastic job on this 4K. Catalog titles are always most welcome on the format, and it really has a great picture quality, and the Dolby Atmos is really fantastic. If you're a fan of this movie, I highly recommend the upgrade. It is worth it. Trust me. I also did a review for the channel if you want to check that out. But you know, this is also one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies that he didn't direct. Like, so it's just one of those movies. You know, John Malkovich is fantastic in it. I think this is basically a movie that put him on the map. You know, Rene Russo. It's really a great cast, and it's just, you know, it's a movie that you can really go back to quite a bit. And In the Line of Fire is worth picking up. This one was a new release by Lionsgate, and that is Voyagers. This one was a blind buy, new release. Basically, if you want a description, it's Lord of the Flies in space is what this movie is. It has, you know, it has an okay cast, you know, and the story is pretty basic. It's essentially, you know, like I said, Lord of the Flies in space with a little sci-fi setting, but it's more drama than sci-fi reliance on that. It's an okay movie. The picture quality is pretty good. I really liked it. And the audio's all right. It's not top notch. But, you know, if you're a fan of, you know, like a good drama, you may not get it here. No, seriously. It's an okay movie. It really is. But it might be worth a rent before you pick this one up, or, you know, stream it or something and then decide for yourself. But if you get the 4K, it's a good pickup in that area. But yeah, Voyagers is on 4K. This one just came out this week. I did a review for it on the channel. Check it out, and that is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Unfortunately, a Steelbook edition was not released the same day from Best Buy. I expect that to change down the line. I think probably in the next several months we'll get a Steelbook version of this. But yeah, what can I say? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, classic cinema. Gene Wilder, fantastic in the role, iconic. And the movie looks just wonderful on 4K with HDR. It is absolutely essential pickup in my opinion. Looks fantastic, sounds good. It's got a DTS 5.1, no Atmos unfortunately, but it's a worthwhile upgrade, and if you're a fan of the movie, you probably already have it in your collection. This one was also a pickup, Santa Sangre. I did a review for the channel on this one. You know, before reviewing it for the channel, I hadn't seen this one in a long time, and revisiting it, it's basically a very trippy coming of age story. And you know, there are vibes of Psycho in this and other, you know, classic movies that, you know, are directly influenced in this one. Visually, it's got a very distinct style. It's worth checking out at least once. And the 4K edition is really a fantastic picture quality. It is good 4K. So yeah, I would recommend Santa Sangre. Did a review for the channel, and check that out if you're interested in this particular film. This one also came out this week with Willy Wonka, and I just did a review yesterday for it, and that is Prospect on 4K. I highly recommend this one. It's basically a space western survival movie, and I enjoy the visuals. The story is small scale, but it really works. And Pedro Pascal is excellent. If you're a fan of his, you can't go wrong. And honestly, the 4K is worth the pickup. So check out my review if you want to know more. But yes, Prospect is worth picking up on 4K. Also picked up this month is from Blue Underground, and that is Daughters of Darkness. And this is a very atmospheric vampire type of movie. It doesn't rely so much on the vampire mythology. It kind of that kind of is in the background. It's more of a drama, but I think it really works, and it has some, I would say, relevant modern messages even for a movie in the early 70s. It's entertaining. It's, you know, about an hour and a half, and it's got great atmosphere to it. And there's a lot of good character development. So I would recommend this one. It's from Blue Underground, Daughters of Darkness on 4K. This one came out early June, and that is Django from Arrow Video. This is a beautiful, beautiful 4K picture. The HDR grading on this is really fantastic. They did a wonderful job on this. If you're a fan of the film, it's a good, brutal Western. It's worth picking up. It is absolutely worth it. And, you know, I'm a fan of Westerns as it is. We need more of these on 4K. But as of right now, Django is just, it's a must-have if you're a fan of a good Western and on the 4K format. This one I picked up. I haven't had a chance to watch the 4K yet, but I've seen this movie. Perdita Durango is got Rosie Perez, Javier Bardem, James Gandolfini, and it's a good crime movie. I enjoy it a lot. I can't wait to rewatch this one. It's probably going to be maybe in about a week or so. I'm going to finally get to it on the 4K disc. I'll even do a review for the channel, so look forward to that. But yeah, if you're a fan of a good crime movie and you enjoy those actors and actresses, check it out. I'll give you my full thoughts coming soon. And finally, this month, The House by the Cemetery. What can I say? You know, it's Fulci. If you're a fan of the director, you know what you're getting, and this one is no exception. I'm also going to do a review for the channel this one in the coming weeks, so look for that. But yeah, I'm just a big fan overall of the director, and just a good horror film. He did a wonderful job on this one. I absolutely highly recommend The House by the Cemetery, and look for the 4K review coming soon. So that is everything I picked up on Blu-ray and 4K for June 2021. Now it's your turn in the comment section below. Let me know what you picked up for this particular month. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.